Today we're getting into something I think pretty much everyone feels sometimes, that deep exhaustion, right? But not from like running a marathon or anything physical. It's exhaustion from just thinking, that endless loop of worries, maybe replaying arguments in your head or planning out conversations that might never even happen. We're calling it inner drama. Why does it leave us feeling so completely spent?
Yeah, it's a really common thing, and our investigation points pretty clearly to this, that fatigue, it's not really physical. It's overwhelmingly about mental processing, all that stuff you mentioned, that inner drama, the unhelpful stories, the constant reruns of regrets, maybe obsessively planning the future. That's really the heart of it. We found it's a bit like having a smartphone with 50 apps running silently in the background. You don't always notice them, but they are absolutely draining your, let's call it your psychological battery. It eats away at your willpower, your ability to actually do things. And sometimes this slow leak just looks like what people call laziness. Or, in more serious situations, it can feel like a real profound lack of energy. It's a very quiet kind of energy leak.
That phone analogy really hits home. Makes me wonder what apps I've got running right now. So, okay, how does this inner drama actually work on a practical level? How does it siphon off our energy day to day? Is it just being mentally busy?
It's definitely deeper than just being busy. Think about kids for a second. You ever watch them? They seem to have just boundless energy, right?
Totally, nonstop.
Well, our research suggests it's not really that they have better physical stamina. It's more about their inner drama being, minimal, almost non-existent sometimes. They have this secret code for conserving energy. Yeah. Like when they're building some amazing Lego tower, they're not also worrying about, the structural integrity regulations or what the other kids will think of their design choices. They just build. They dive in. They cry if they're sad, laugh if they're happy, right then and there. They're not really dwelling on yesterday's spilled juice or stressing about tomorrow's playdate logistics. Their energy just stays available because they're there. Now, contrast that with us adults. We get so tangled up in things we absolutely cannot control, worrying constantly about what someone might think or trying to predict every possible risk down the road. It's like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. And what we're consistently seeing is a pretty simple truth about energy. Where your attention goes, that's where your energy flows. Simple as that. If your focus is locked onto that internal soap opera, well, that's where your energy is heading, straight down the drain. It's actually kind of amazing how much effort we pour into things that aren't real anymore or aren't real yet.
Okay, so if energy follows attention, how do we actually redirect it? Because for a lot of us, that inner drama feels, automatic, almost unstoppable. What's the very first practical thing someone could try?
That's a great question. And the first step, it often sounds a bit backwards, is actually to embrace that life is messy, accept the uncertainty. A lot of people think control saves energy, but our research, it suggests accepting uncertainty actually multiplies energy. Think of a ship in rough seas. A good captain doesn't waste energy complaining about the wind, right? They adjust the sails. When you let go of needing everything to be perfect, predictable, it frees up a huge amount of mental space. You'd be shocked how much energy you reclaim when you stop trying to micromanage the universe.
Adjust the sails, not curse the wind. I like that.
Exactly. And then the next big thing is consciously anchoring your attention right here, right now, in the present. When you're eating lunch, actually taste the food. Don't just inhale it while scrolling, working on something. Try to give it your full focus just for a bit. Even just walking outside, just listen to the wind, feel the air. Stop letting regrets from the past or anxieties about the future hijack your energy now. And, importantly, action itself. That's a huge energy charger. Think about a farmer. They don't spend all day agonizing about the autumn harvest price fluctuations.
Right.
They focus on, does this section need water today? Do I need to fertilize now? Getting into action, even tiny steps, often shows you that a lot of those big, scary fears, they mostly live in your head. It's pretty hard to maintain a full-blown inner drama when you're actually, doing something.
Okay, so action breaks the cycle. That makes sense. But what about those thoughts that just keep coming back? The really negative ones, the ones that feel kind of ingrained. How do we declutter those and maybe change that internal script?
Yeah, that's where it gets really practical. See, people with lots of energy, they don't magically have zero negative thoughts. Not at all. They're just better skilled at, let's call it, changing the script in their heads. When you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, you have to consciously, deliberately hit pause. Stop feeding those negative thoughts energy. Instead, you actively choose to water the positive, constructive ones. It's a bit like clearing out the junk cache on your phone, Make space. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about choosing not to nourish the unhelpful narratives. So I failed becomes maybe, okay, what did I learn here? Or everyone else is doing better than me shifts to, hold on, I have my own pace, my own path. Learning to just say, nope, not useful to those draining thoughts frees up room for what actually helps you move forward. Think of yourself as like a bouncer for your own mind, deciding what thoughts get in.
A mental bouncer. I love that. Okay, so if I'm pulling this all together, the core idea seems to be less internal fighting, less wasted energy on worries, and more focus on just doing things in the present moment.
That's exactly it. Really, the secret to having more sustained energy is surprisingly straightforward. Less inner drama, more engaged action. Simple, but not always easy, right? But when we manage to shift our focus, our energy away from all that overthinking and channel it into actually doing, we tap into this amazing source of personal power that honestly was probably there all along. It's not about finding some magic energy source. It's mostly about plugging the leaks.